Hi, I'm Brett Parker. I'm a fourth-year guard for the TRU men's basketball team, and I'm from Langley, British Columbia, and I'm a fourth-year marketing major here at Thompson Rivers University.
So Brett, thanks for joining us. Let's chat a little bit first of all about the team. How does the team look this year?
We're looking strong. We've had some great two-a-days now for training camp, and it's been going real good. Guys are fired up. We're ready to start, but we don't start till October.
Now, for a young guy like you, two-a-days, is that pretty easy to do while you're going to school?
I wish I was still young going into fourth year. It's getting a little tougher now. The ice bath has been a necessity for most of us here, and yeah.
How do you do the whole you're in business program? So tell me a little bit about the courses and the studying. How do you balance that? Or like first of all, let's tell the folks how many courses do you usually take during the course of the season?
We take 4 classes each semester, so a total of 8 per year. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's tough. Two-a-days, we're up early in the morning, and then so we practice, and then you go to class for a while, and in between classes, you just come to study hall, find a quiet place to study. Get your work done, go to practice, go home, get some food, and then right back to the books.
Being part of a team which is in CIS, you fly to most of your away games. Yeah. What kind of wrinkle does that put into the whole studying and being disciplined type thing?
Yeah, it's tough when you miss classes. You got to make up for that and do some extra readings, but we get lots of downtime in the airports, and I can't study on the plane because I'm going to get motion sick, but when we're in the hotels, you get lots of time, and when you're on the road, there's no distractions with friends and stuff like that, just the team in your room.
Tell me about the class size. A number of the athletes have commented on that was one of the determining factors on them choosing TRU. So what's it like there?
Yeah, it's great because there's so much between you and the teacher, between you and your peers. It's really easy to get to know everybody. That really helps. And being close to the front, I know all my friends in other schools are, I'm falling asleep in class, or I'm so far away I can't see. We don't have any of those complications here. It's nice.
Right. But Kamloops is a smaller city. Basketball is a sport that a lot of people, if they don't play, they follow it. What's it like playing university basketball in the city of Kamloops?
Yeah, it's great. We're the main stage here. We're the highest level of our desired sport, and the community follows us 100%. It's a great atmosphere.
So what's it like, and do you remember the first time that you walked into the restaurant, the movies, you're wearing your Wolfpack gear? What was that like? And somebody's obviously coming up to you.
It was actually at the Marble Slab. I was out with a friend of mine, and we were trying to choose what we wanted to get. We were looking, and we didn't really know, and we got in a conversation with an older couple that was there, and they were like, "Oh, you remind of us when we were in university and all this and all that." And they actually paid for our ice cream. It was fantastic. We really got to know them. It was great.
Men's basketball, more than any other male team at TRU, does community events. I know your coach is a strong proponent of that. Were you kind of apprehensive the first time that you went out to a school for a Terry Fox run or something like that? And how do you find it now that you're a grizzled veteran at fourth year?
Yeah, actually it was easier for me, I think, than some guys because I have 2 younger brothers. I have a 6- and 8-year-old brother now, but in my first year, they would have been really young. Right. So I was used to dealing with smaller children, and I really enjoy the Terry Fox runs because they're so into it, and it's such a great cause, and I always grew up doing it with Coach being my stepdad, so it was great. Right.
And what's that like, with your coach being your stepdad, how do you separate stepdad from coach? And is that a difficult transition?
I would say it's the same as trying to be a regular person and being a nice guy and a good guy off the floor, as then being competitive and trying to be tough and do that on the court. It's the same. We're father, son off the court, and we do things together, go for dinner, stuff like that. And then on the court, I'm treated just like everybody else, just as a player.
Let's talk about the family aspect. Speaking of father, stepfather, yeah. Here the teams, they just seem like a big family. Can you for someone who's not familiar, can you put into words what that's like?
Yeah, it's great. It's like the class sizes. We're a small university, don't have that many teams, and all the teams get to know each other. If you're home, you go support the other teams, and the baseball team's really good for that. They're always at all our games. We really appreciate that, and so we try and repay the favor whenever someone else is at home. We're always trying to be there to support.
Of all the other teams, you've got something special going on with men's volleyball. What's going on there?
Our practice times are very indifferent, and we travel against each other, but we all live real close together, so we hang out off the floor all the time.
Raise a reader, like we've heard from some of the other athletes, especially on the men's team. They've kind of, you have a competition. You guys aren't doing too well.
No, we're struggling in the Raise a Reader. We have a competition every year to see who can raise more money on that particular morning, and we usually do it for like a pizza dinner between the two teams.
Right.
Their team's bigger than ours, so
they've got the advantage.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It's your 4th year. Like, has it gone that quickly for you?
Unreal. So fast. It doesn't feel like my 4th year at all.
So what does the future hold for you? You're in the business program. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see Brett Parker 5 years from now?
Hopefully working long hours in a company, keeping busy, and trying to move up the ladder.
How about the relationships that you've formed over the last 4 years here? Do you see these as lifelong friendships?
Oh, for sure. That's probably the best thing about athletics is the camaraderie you have with the guys on your team and the other athletes at the university.
Final question, if you have any words of advice for whether they're a basketball athlete or any athlete that is looking around, trying to choose a university, why should they choose Kamloops and Thompson Rivers University?
Such a great community. We're a smaller community. We're the main stage for most of the sports here. We would be the highest level. The class sizes are small, and you really get a good education here.